name is Bernice Hill Lane, and this is...
I'm Chinmay. We're representing Raptor Financials, and this is a presentation for Dell. So pretend you're Dell.
First of all, we're going to speak of the history of Dell. It started in 1984, and it was named the PC Unlimited by Michael Dell. And it started in the University of Texas. Also, the name was changed in 1988 to Dell's, computers. Also, Michael became the youngest CEO to the head of a Fortune 500. Okay, he was the youngest one, and he started his company in 1992. There's 46,000 employees, and their sales as of now is $41.44 billion in 2004. That's when it started. Okay, they are the leading sellers in computer systems in the whole world. They sell equipment. How they make it is they sell equipment to consumers. They stop with the middleman, So they sell directly to consumers, small and large businesses, and then they also do government agencies, as you can see, healthcare and educational institutions, and that's how they eliminate the middleman. Michael Dell stepped down, as CEO in July of 2004, but he still holds 12% of the company, and he will remain the chairman. Okay? And in 2007, the items from the Dell computer was celebrated as a national treasure. And also they donated collections of original computers and materials to the Smithsonian Museum of American History. Also, as Dell's record in 2011, which is this year, Dell celebrates a record-breaking fourth quarter with double digits growth in statistics, enterprise solutions and services, space in the largest single-year revenue increase in the company's history. We didn't know that Dell was so great. I know Dell been around a long time, but I had no idea that they did such good work. Okay, Dell also acquires a rapidly growing storage solution provider. They expand the enterprise storage portfolios, and they help customers better manage their data growth. They reduce the storage costs, dramatically simplifies the IT management. See, by them reducing the storage costs, they don't have to use the IT management as much. Okay, now, the transition with this record, breaking sales and new storage acquisitions, this shows that the net cost, the net revenue, and also the net income over the last fiscal year. Also, you see the profit margin and the growth rates. And now, Shimmy is going to explain about what you see here.
So roughly speaking, this report is done in Crystal Reports. It is very similar. There's certain technicalities that you can use Excel to just tweak it just enough to get a format out of it. It's a small picture. I'll go through the details. Before we get to what we have to offer, we need to know certain details of what the actual fiscal year report showed for Dell. So in Crystal Reports, after editing the data that you saw on the previous slide, this is the rough picture you can get. So this was generated using the Dell fiscal report as a secondary database to manipulate in Crystal reports. I'll break it down in PowerPoint so it's easier to read. So the first part shows that Dell actually specializes in only desktop mobility. All these figures are in millions. So 4,858 million in sales, and that's their net income. It does not include the cost of operation or any such facts in it, which is still a growth of 16% from the previous year. So if you technically look at it, 2009 to 2011, their actual growth was 16%. And that's just the desktop mobility branch of their services. That's the one we're going to focus on. This shows, it's just a simple graphical interpretation of how big the desktop mobility net chunk is compared to the rest of their company. These acquisitions were made last year when Dell took over Complient Inc., which specializes in storage and networking. So that market share for Dell is bare minimum. But still, keep in mind that's 2,000 million in sales. This is the second part of the report that I transferred over from Crystal reports. And this is just strictly percentage-wise per quarter or per third of the year. The dates are included, and it shows what their growth factors are. Their peripheral and mobility, peripheral softwares and services have a high increase in profit margins, but their overall sales are bare minimal compared to the rest of their branches. But that is something that they can definitely expand in. And hopefully after our presentation, there will be some use to it.
Okay, now this is coming down to us, the Rapture Financial Services. First of all, let me introduce ourselves again. We are Rapture Financial. And okay, and the following facts will help explain what we can do for you, Dale. First of all, the mobility sale growth in $4,858 million over the past FICA year, which is 1%. That is 48,580,000. Okay, and also number two, the mobility returns account for 8% per annum. Okay, and also for number three, that would add up to an average of $388 million, which is lost income.
So to reiterate this, the mobility account, which pretty much means that the laptops that were sold and then returned for either technical reasons, person didn't like them, they were just pulling a scam, either way, is 8%. 8% of 4858 is 388 million. So if you technically can save even a percent of that amount, you'll be making 48 million. And that's just if you can control your returns, a fraction of your returns. So this is what we're going to offer. This is just a brief of what we can do for you. Of course, it's not the full thing. We can't give you the full course. It's just the appetizer. We can analyze your fiscal report and break it down using what your sales, what your returns were from sales by month. We can see if they came back for technical issues, they came back because the customer didn't like them, or they came back saying it wasn't working but it was working fine. All the little details will break it down for you. This will give you a better idea of what the actual market is looking for in desktops and laptops, and laptops only. It will also give you a better idea of what your competition is. If your laptops, a certain series is getting sold for such amount and it's being returned more often in the summer months, It will give you a better idea that something that the competition is doing is better than yours. The advantage of using us will literally translate into money. We're not here to make friends. We want to make a profit, and we will make a profit if you make a profit. And such is our service. We're going to cut down all the fat off the meat market and give you the core. So this is the actual detail of what Crystal Reports would do for you. This is just part of the software, and it is not the full picture. But we will take your total sales, break it down per month, per year, making it seasonal. From the seasonal reports, we can just break it down to what the returns were per product, if they were reliable, they broke down. If they physically broke down, was there a technological breakdown, was there a software malfunction, or somebody actually poured water on it? Something like that. To what the actual demand was. If the demand is for tablets and you're pushing for netbooks, it's not going to work. We can break that down for you. Out of that subcategories, we can create a compiled data of just what was returned. And that we can do using Crystal Reports. We will present to you that database, and that will give you a way better idea of what your sales were, what your returns were, and more effectively why they were returned. And like I said, all we care for is if you can save 1% of that $388 million, it's worth an effort to try us. So if there's anything else you would like to ask us. Yay, nay?